Hello and welcome to another draft of the Curator's Cube. Always down for more cube draft. We have a full 8-player pod. There was actually a second draft on Tuesday that went badly, as in my internet went out badly. So not gonna be able to show you that one. This pack, we have some powerful cards here. I love Orochi. Big fan of Orochi in general. Temple of Origins, very flexible first pick. As long as you end up in two colors, which you usually do, it's going to be a good land for you. And there's also Casus Belli, which, very less likely everyone's going to have enchantment interactions. This is just Ansem and interaction. I think Casus Belli is the strongest card here as much as I really love Orochi. And I do kind of love a green, soupy, rampy deck already kind of in my pocket from the first draft. Nothing else in this pack really stands out. Darkside Migrant is a good card, but very hard to cast in this format. And a bunch of the lands are good. But I think this is a Casus Belli. White-red has been very contested in the drafts I've observed so far. Multiple people on white-red in multiple different drafts. So I'm not. And it's very easy to end up in white-red because of cards like Electes and Amaret and Sonam, just like the very powerful white-red gold cards, much more powerful than the gold cards of any other color. So what I'm saying is white-red is the best home for Casus Belli, but I'll play it in white-green if I have to. For example, the Sire Blade of Memory. That card's great, but there's also an Amaret. I literally just said the words Amaret uh, before I got here. Amaret, obviously great with Casus Belli, great without Casus Belli. Um, Curious Cub's also a very powerful 2-drop. Grasp at Frail Dreams, very good blue card. I do respect that thing. Sire's great, but Amaret's better and in a better color pair. So I think it is just going to be Amaret here. Um, but like willing to abandon if it looks like white red is not the open sing. I do think white green is like very close to white red. It's just like Sire is not exactly the card I want to pull me into that. The card I want to pull me into that is Survivors, or probably call the Anointed, because Sire does die to the removal that people are going to be playing in this format. But we pick Amaret and go into a pack where, okay, well, we can get deep into white because there's Renowned Rough Rider and Chosen of Heliod and Bring the House Down. Also, I mean, we could be Bring the House Down deck. It's not crazy. Which one do I think is better between Chosen of Heliod and Renowned Rough Rider? That's actually close. Um, they're both very strong cards, of course. Um, with two kind of removal-ish cards already in my pool, I think it might be Rough Rider I'm looking at right now. Um, Bring the House Down, go into like Jeskai control. That's a completely legit way of approaching this draft. I don't hugely believe in like the hard control decks in this format, although I think I do really like sweepers in general. But I think I'll take Rough Rider here. I already have some sweeper protection with Amaret surviving basically all the relevant sweepers. And Bring the House Down is like, it's no Beyond Comprehension, it's not like the super premium sweeper. Okay. So yeah, kind of textbook red-white start here. I should start thinking what there were the wind-beaten stones in the first pack. Um, that's really gonna be my litmus test for is red-white open. If I get ninth pick wind-beaten stones, red-white is wide open. I can go ahead. Otherwise, I should reconsider where I'm going. I should probably should reconsider where I'm going just looking at this pack. I mean, okay, obviously there's no red or white cards, but also like, what's the best card in this pack? Is it a Toon Rebuttal? A Toon Rebuttal is nothing special. I think I might just take Frag here. Frag's a good burn spell as much as it's my third removal spell in a deck that really wants to be threat dense. But Frag's legitimately quite good. There's some very nasty artifacts like Gate of Realms that I'd legitimately love to be able to kill. And whatever. If I went down a different path, I could take a Toon. Actually, Sorin. Sorin's very strong. I'm very far from playing Sorin right now. I guess I could be kind of a white-black thing. I do respect the heck out of Sorin, to be clear. That's tough. And getting, black is a color that I've seen be kind of underdrafted in the kind of recently. I think people might be underestimating Sorin because I haven't seen any standard play. But legitimately, just like 3-1 Planeswalker, -2, make a 2/2 flying lifelink, and then the plus kind of does something. That's kind of all you need, really, in your 3-1 Planeswalker. I think this card's enough better than Frag, and I don't need frag enough. I'm going to take Soren here just on the off chance that I get pushed into that into heavy black. Here's Stark Expanse. I mean, if I want it to be heavy black, you also consult the offerings. If I'm doing kind of white black sacrificing, I could absolutely be a consult the offerings deck. Blazing Hooligan for aggro. Pulsing Ending Rave is a card I really do respect as a green aggro card, although I'm probably looking for something at a lower curve. I think I'll take Consult the Offerings here. I have a one good target for it already, and kind of Sorin is a discard outlet, discard slash sacrifice outlet. I could imagine something going on in the white-black space. Here's Torrid Path, Threadripper, and Guardian's Charm. Really, a lot of the white and red interaction coming on. Guardian's Charm and Threadripper both good removal spells. I might take Torrid Path here. Yeah, Sinking of a Launton is decent. Truth Cleaver is whatever. Um, Guardian Charm is legitimately like non-limited mana value formula hits a lot of things. I think I'm willing to take Torrid Path here. I still think red is slightly more likely for me to end up than black. I could be Threadripper. I do like Threadripper. I'm going to take Threadripper here and put it down on my 2-drop slot. Okay, what's in this pack? Okay, well, in the white-black angle, there's Disciple of Sekonek, which is just, reasonable kind of black-white sacrifice slash just mid-range card. Catch Constable, which is not really something I want to play. It's a better white-black card than it is a white-red card. And there's Veil Touch Soulbinder, which is an acceptable 1-drop, and I would play it in my like white-red aggro deck. I think I'm starting to. I think I'm liking this Disciple of Sekonek idea. I have not seen a ton of good red going around. White black might be open. Veils or Soulbinder is really just extremely replaceable. So I'm willing to take the risk here. Okay, and now look, there's Worried Vulpine. Okay, Worried Vulpine is a legitimately busted aggro card. There's also Ascension Ritualist. Ascension Ritualist is like it's not that special. I don't think it's really support that. Is kind of good to consult the offering. The 3-mana creature, that's something. Um, it's kind of a sack out, like kind of a tokens card. I think I'm gonna take Worried Vulpine. I know I'm like kind of alternating red and black cards here, but trying to find my lane. This is pick 9, and it is of note that what's it's called did not come back. The Windbeaten Stones is not coming back. And so that's my sign that someone else is in red white. Could be like a Naya aggro, because they wouldn't be stepping my toes quite as much. But makes me and honestly, like a bunch of the green lands are here. I don't think I've ended up in a very good spot. Is honestly where I'm thinking. Dark Sun Migrant, I could dip into heavy red, but I really do not have the layout for that. Heart of the Glade, I'm probably not in green. I'm gonna take Dark Sun Migrant. I think it's the card I'm closest to playing. But yeah, this is I took some risks here, hoping that either white black or white red would be open lanes, and neither of them seem particularly open here. I have powerful cards, and it could just be that pack was kind of a fluke. Someone took Windbeaten Stones on the um, kind of like on the spec. But that wasn't even like if you were going to take an early spec Windbeaten Stones, you would have taken early spec what is it called? Temple of Origins. So yeah, someone else is properly in red white. I could consider going into red black. Trouble is my black Sorin is a very heavy commitment card. So yeah, I have 3 red cards, which are 2 are pretty good and 1 is fine. 2 very good white cards and a kind of speculative white card. I have the white black kind of token sacrifice is a angle I kind of like to end up in. It's that's an argument for Gleaming Laser, which I could splash in that sort of deck. What's the ultimate on Sorin? It's a -6. Yada yada. Okay. Deals a bunch of damage to them or their stuff, and you gain a bunch of life. That's fine. I don't really want to be Mardu, especially with no fixing yet. part of the Glade here means that Syra pick might have put me on a slightly more open lane. There were some good green cards occasionally going around. I think white green in full hindsight was probably the most open path from this seat. Right. So what's the best card in this pack? I mean, there's Bone Shards. If I'm doing this white-black sacrifice thing, I could be a Bone Shards deck. There's also Tyrant Tributes. Honestly, like, if I'm white-black, I could end up Reanimator, and Tyrant Tributes is a good reanimation target. But there's better ones. There's other good ones in the cube. Become the Hunted. I think this white-black sacrifice reanimator thing is, like, the most open lane I've seen thus far. Is Become the Hunted or Bone Shards more important for that deck? Maybe it's Bone Shards? Yeah, there's a lot of... Yeah, okay. Okay, this is a speculative thing, and like I have a good deck to fall back on from draft one, so I'm fine if this doesn't super work out. Okay, well here's an Undercroft Poisoner. You know what? Undercroft Poisoner does say whenever you sacrifice one or more non-rat permanents, and I could. Okay, okay. There's some ideas going on here. Liliana's Goon is kind of like a graveyard card. Okay. I'm turning into a deck that has some reason to discard and or sacrifice some things. This deck is a little more defensive. I'll play a Plasma Strike. It lowers the Pathfinder, by the way, very strong. I think Guardian's Charm. Guardian's Charm is good. Koi Float. I don't think I want to play Koi Float, but it's not insane. Maybe I can get Amaret in here if I pick up a little fixing. Of note, another card that did not come back, as far as I remember, Stark Expanse did not come back. That's not great. Here's Kage's Mercenary. Ferocious Flame, Brawlat has strong cards, but I think the Ferocious Flame ship has sailed. Okay, Kage's Mercenary is good with Consult the Offerings. It's good with a lot of the nonsense I'm doing. Whenever a non-token creature I control dies, Undercroft Poisoner dies easily. Liliana's Goon, that's a good thing to get to die. Okay, I only got 4 non-token creatures, but I can get more. Okay, I'm not a huge believer in like white-black aristocrats in this cube, but let's see if we get the hookup. Let's really commit to that angle and see how it turns out for us. Currently, like interaction over here. Actually, yeah, interaction. We've got 4 pieces of interaction, which is a good amount for what wants to be kind of a grindy deck. Kage's Mercenary, card advantage, Sornel, Bloodlord, good with the interaction. Consult the Offerings with good targets. I mean, these cards all seem synergistic. They're not the most raw power. For this to work out, I'm going to need to back up. I need to continue to get good black-white synergy cards while also simultaneously getting some raw power stuff like Event Horizon, like cards like that. What are the cards I want? I want Half Heart's Claim. I want some of the one. I want some of the 2-mana sack fodder. Like is Resolute Reinforcements in here? Or either the 1-mana sacrificable guys from what's it called in here? Okay, here's some interesting options. There's Disciple of Darker Powers. First of all, this pack's just stacked. There's Sword of Rage Tranquility, Ardor for one of Free Friend, Innering's Pupil, Beyond Comprehension. Innering's Pupil is interesting. That's just a good card. I mean, I could take it just for being a good card. And then hope to wield Disciple or Beyond Comprehension or Archaic Obelisk. The other option is just take Beyond Comprehension here. Which, you don't think of it as being a white-black sacrifice card, but I think it could be good here. I like the Surveil. It's just very raw powerful on its own. Innering's Pupil is pretty good, but it's good if you have like hand attack, and I don't have any of that right now. I do have a lot of removal, so I might be able to like, force it through. Is really what you want to do with Innering's Pupil. But I am interested in this beyond comprehension idea. I think just having sweepers in your deck, you can really play around them. It's hard for your opponent to play around them. Um, Entering people is a creature. Type creature is really important for this kind of deck because of stuff like Kag's Mercenary. Stuff like Disciple of Sekenek. I think I'm going to take Entering Pupil. That's close. It's very close. Okay, here's Fledgling Sycophant. And here's no, but here's Exultant Shepherd. Okay, if we're doing Entering People, we're definitely an Exultant Shepherd deck. Looking for on the lookout for maybe Fledgling Sycophant can wheel. That'd be great. But yeah, looking for this. Even a little bit of life gain to make up for it in like Sorin. Okay, I don't know if this deck is good, but I've certainly got a good version of it. Okay, Aegis. Okay, we got some interesting cards here. We're not a Coke Soul deck. We passed up on that Gruel thing, whatever it's called. Mercalt. Mercalt's just a fine, just like 4 mana 4/4 lifelink. That's not nothing. Aegis Pocket Watch is always a card you have to look for synergies with. I really think I've ended up with a very bad Aegis Pocket Watch. I could bounce Sorin, Renowned Rough Rider, Entering People. These are not like spectacular. Eventually, this card I think is very good. It could just be Downward Minister as much as I don't really want to end up with that card in my deck. It is okay sack fodder. I kind of want the 1 mana sack fodder or 2 mana stuff that leaves something on board over something like Dawnward Minister. There's also Cyber's Clan Arbiter, which, never a bad time to pick up Cyber's Clan Arbiter. I think I'll take Dawnward Minister. It's just maybe I'll take Pocket Watch. Maybe I can just like assume I'm going to find Pocket Watch synergy. Yeah, I'm not gonna super miss any of the other cards. I'm gonna just like we'll see if it works out. Well, here's Bringer for you guys, like. Yeah. There's a Advance of Fire and Faith in this pack. Vibrant Vengeance, obviously good, but Bringer is just a generically excellent card. Just happy to pick it up. Good. I'm glad I didn't pick up whatever that 4 mana for Miracle, the 4 mana 4 for lifelink now, because I think this is a better 4 drop, and I don't want a ton of 4 drops in a deck that's hoping to draw a bunch of cards and do a bunch of stuff. Okay, here's Sire and Eternal Sentinel. Privilege Escalation. I think this Reanimator ship probably sailed, but Siren is a good kind of. It's good consult the offerings. It's good in this sort of deck. Okay, in terms of sack, okay, let's start thinking about our aristocrats things. Sack fodder, we're a little short on. We kind of just have Liliana's Goon and the tokens off Rough Rider as good sack fodder. Sack outlets, backside of Siren is a sack outlet. Sorin +1 is a sack outlet. Exultant Shepherd is a sack outlet. Okay, it's 3. It's not bad. Um, Payoffs for sacrificing things. Poisoner, Sekenek, Siren doubles as that. Mercenary. Okay. Here's a new divide. I think I'm okay. I love Voice of Utopia, although it's, you know, not exactly the deck for it. I think I'd probably play it. Maybe it'll probably won't wheel. Yeah, it'd have to be last pick. But I'll take new divide. I have no fixing yet. I have a lot of very intense color requirements. Double black and double white cards I want to play. So picking up a new divide, very happy with that. Okay. Forsaken Penitence. Speaker of Ash is a great card, but I don't think I'm going that direction. The Smoking Strand. Soren's the 3 mana Planeswalker is 3 low, so that's not nothing. Be better if I was getting this Amaranth into my deck, but I think Forsaken Penitence. Whenever a token I control enters, Undercroft Poisoner makes tokens. Uh, Soren makes tokens. Backside of Siren makes tokens. Rough Rider makes tokens. Bringer makes tokens. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. We're doing something. I'd really love like Deadly Dispute, and of course just more sack fodder. Beginning to become a deck that actually wants Sack fodder. I could have definitely had a reanimator sub-scene. I'm not sure I hugely believe in that. Well, Brawlette comes back. I don't hate. Ferocious Flame is still here. I mean, I'm very much not a Ferocious Flame deck, but that card is busted. I think someone probably should have taken it, but I'll take Brawlette. Sure. That's a. I'm comfortable with Brawlette. Um, Good with all my dorky little creatures. Like your Aristocratus can also kind of double as a tokens deck with Casus Belli and Brawlette. His deck's got some synergy going on. It needs a little more oomph for me to be fully happy with it. Never token you control enters. So if I cast a copy for Thick and Penitence, and it enters as a token, it triggers itself, right? I don't see why it wouldn't trigger itself. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so there were some cards I wanted as pack, and Archaic Obelisk Wield? Do I have reasons to want Archaic Obelisk other than it's just a good card? Liliana's Goon is a good thing to mill. Apart from that, no. I guess nothing particular. Could take Soul Guide from the sideboard, but I'll take a Archaic Obelisk. Sure. Okay, there's a Nilemonger. It's not a Nilemonger deck. I'll take Baptizing His Brilliance. Not really looking for. Okay, Dawnward Minister came back. I'll take that for now. Okay, a little more fixing would be nice. Once again, Stark Expanse is already gone, but I don't think any other white black lands are gone from that I know of. Although the fact that Stark Expanse is gone is like very much not a good sign for me. Someone else took it. This deck is cool. I don't think it's enormously powerful yet. Um, I'm playing a bunch of cards. I'm like, okay, this is like Archaic Obelisk, Dawnward Minister, even Liliana's Goon are not like jumping off the page, raw power on their own, or like have sufficient synergy to be really good. I'll take a Ley Shard, although really does not look like a Ley Shard deck. You can always play Ley Shard, I guess. Nest Parasite, Stone Circle. Yeah, I can't play that. We're looking at lots of some multiple good cards here. Elder of Offering is definitely a card I'm interested in. Oh yeah, I don't have Smiling Sludge or I think Smiling Sludge is the big one. I don't have Smiling Sludge. That's a big card for this deck to be functional. But I think if this deck is going to be playable, like better than my first deck, I need to first pick Fateful Ascent and wheel Elder of Offerings. If I'm not wheeling Elder of Offerings in this pack, then I shouldn't be in this deck in the first place. So like Godspeed Elder of Offerings, hope you come back around to me. Okay, we've got Raise Rampage. This is absolutely a Raise Rampage deck. We have Dawnward Minister for Taking Exalted Shepherd, Liana's Goon, Disciple of Second Act, 4 excellent 2-drops. Hugo Darkhand is the Mastermind. It's a perfectly fine card. I would absolutely play it, but no urgency there. Yep, Raise Rampage. Card is really good. So yeah, I think I just this moment thought of Smiling Sludge. I'm like, oh yeah, Smiling Sludge is kind of required for this deck to function. Okay, we got a Primal Fissure, a Feast of Whispered Knives, a Fleshless. I think it's just Primal Fissure here. Some powerful cards in this pack, but not really for me. But very happy to take up Primal Fissure. No objections there. That's 2 fixing lands. I probably want like 4 fixing lands, so I'm trying to do double white, double black. Um, move this up so it doesn't look so weird. What else am I thinking? I want Smiling Sludge. I want Half Heart's Claim. I want Forsaken Penitence didn't come back. I just realized that. Oh, that's a very bad sign for me. Someone could be taking it just for their really aggressive white deck, But the fact that Forsaken Penance did not come back to me, very bad sign. Um, Makes me suspect Elder of Offerings might not come back either. Been a tough draft to navigate. Like, it hasn't, like, just looking at the colors I'm not in, it has not felt like there's a super open lane other, like, that I could have been in. I do have good interaction. I do like that. And I've kind of given myself reasons to want Archaic Obelisk between Consult the Offerings and Wraith Rampage. Okay. I think green overall has looked like the most open color, taking Dormant Temple here. Um, I guess my path into green was taking that early Syra Blade of Memory, but I don't think you're meant to take Syra over Amaret. Um, that's just not. I don't think that's a powerful enough play. Um, but maybe if you like, you really believe in the green cards, I guess I could also have. I first picked Casus Belli, but I could have first picked a Roshi. And if I first picked a Roshi, I think my draft ends up going a lot better. I probably end up like green red picking up that Ferocious Flame. Um, yeah. There was like a Fable of Insatiation going around fairly late earlier. So it's possible that green red was actually the open lane from this seat, but very tough to get into that. I think Smiling Sludge. Okay, I said Smiling Sludge is necessary for this deck to function. I have been given Smiling Sludge. Okay. We're we're starting to think about something. Okay. I need a little more card advantage. I have Archaic Obelisk. I had Dawnward Minister, but like, um, is Coffre's Altar in here? I don't think it is. Deadly Dispute probably is the next most important card I don't have. Other than that early Elder of Offerings, which obviously would be nice. I don't think Bind Light of Steel. Bind Light of Steel, I believe, is not in. That's kind of an important part of this deck when it's good. This is 23 right here. Who's on the chopping block? Shard is next on the chopping block. Okay, Gloomcover Step. I got my 4 lands, so that's one of my wish lists for this pack. Ooh, also Hollowhinge Martyr. Wait a minute. Hollowhinge Martyr is really good. Hollowhinge Martyr is like the best sack fodder in the game. It's really, really good sack fodder. Ooh. Sad to see it in the same pack as Gloomcover Step. Maybe it'll wheel. This is pack pick 6. No, it'd have to be literally 2 cards left in the pack. I get Hollowhinge Martyr. It's going to be Engines of War and one of the black-green lands. I just know it. Hollowhinge Martyr is so important to what I'm doing here. Yeah, I think I have to take Hollowhinge Martyr. I think it's that good. Glaciard gets to be cut. Ooh, wow, Symbol of the Revolution is here. I think this is it Symbol of Revolution or is it Ignomikos? A little late game like Ignomikos, really something I'd be interested in here. Um, and like I've got a lot of creatures, and it pumps up my dorky kind of sack fodder creatures, makes them do something relevant. What's my cut? Maybe Liliana's Goon. Honestly, is not doing very much for me right now. Um, yeah, I'll take Ignomikos and cut Liliana's Goon. Oh my god, insanely late Abominable Avalanche. Yeah, red green was wide open apparently. Also green white wide open. For me, it's Umberdeep Shade. Although I think I have enough threes. I don't need to play that one. Elder of Offerings does wheel, so I gotta find another cut. Nothing good out of this pack. I'll take a Dormant Altar, I guess. I need to make one more cut. Uh, okay, it's starting to get a little difficult. I think I want to keep entering people. It's not super unseen, but it is just very powerful. Cognitive Mercenary is good. Wow, Voice of the Old Grove coming back around. Flesh's Flayer, no. 'Cause, 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 maybe how much interaction am I looking at? Bone Shards, Plasma Strikes is 2, Fateful Ascent is 3, Casus Belli is and Garnish Charm is 4, and Bring Us is 5. That's about the number I want to be at. It's possible Archaic Obelisk, as much as it fills my graveyard for Consult the Offerings and um, Raise Rampage, it's not doing much else for me other than just like being card selection, which I do want card selection. A little Downward Minister is just not doing anything for me. It's also possible this I can't be 16 lands. I need all my sources. Is the problem. What's the cut? What's the cut? It's not Siren. I'll cut Archaic Obelisk for now. Card is good, but I don't have a ton of synergy with it. Which is a very efficient self-mill engine if you want that. I don't enormously need that. Okay. So yeah, the way this deck turned out, I got most of the synergy I could possibly want. Like I got Elder of Offerings, Smiling Sludge, Hollow Hinge Martyr, Exultant Shepherd, Siren, um, Kage's Mercenary. Those are all the big ones. Undercroft Poisoner. Not playing any of these cards. Um, and I got a little bit of raw power and stuff like Casus Belli, Fateful Ascent, um, Bringer of Heliod's Light Brawl. Maybe Plasma Strike is the cut, actually. Yeah, maybe Plasma Strike is the cut. Slide that card in. It's some matchups where it's bad. Okay, yeah, it was Erosive Devotee instead of Engines of War, but it was in fact one of the black-green lands. Failed Branch Stalker, of course. But I think this deck is a little lacking in just the raw oomph. Like, I'm playing stuff like Domward Minister, and Archaic Obelisk, like, could be slightly stronger picks. And the mana's not perfect, to be honest. It's going to be 10-10, 7 of each. Not the end of the world, but a little better for my double white, double black deck. And specifically, I think I'm a little short on card advantage. Important part of this deck. I just have Dawnward Minister, kind of Archaic Obelisk. Backside of Siren can do something. Kage's Mercenary is obviously great card advantage. I think it's 7-7, not 8-6. But yeah, cool deck. Cool deck. I'll sync on this one. Currently, I'm leaning towards my first deck. Partially, I think it got the first deck. Its main interaction weakness is not having enough interaction, which is a serious weakness. But I think it's just a lot more raw power than this deck, and I don't fully believe in these synergies. I don't think it has quite enough of the sauce. As much as this is not a bad deck, it's got some stuff going on. But yeah, this is gonna be my last draft of the season. So the next video you'll see from me is gonna be my round 1 draft video. So see you then.